Yes, welcome everyone here to the Smash Sports Show right here on Smash FM here on a Friday here in Melbourne. Of course, let's go across to our friends up on the central coast of New South Wales. Of course, beat with the Central Coast Heart netball team. And of course, yesterday we had Maddie Taylor on the show, and of course, who was one of the club, of course, athlete of the year. Of course, we got another one joins right now because she's from the 23s. Team there at the Central Coast Hut. She joins us right now to tell us a bit about it. Thanks so much for joining us.
No worries. Pleasure to be here.
No worries. Well, I'll get you to introduce yourself and tell us what position you played on the court in this shortened season.
Yeah, so I'm Aela and I joined the team this year and I played wing attack most of the time, but I also play goal attack.
So it's your first year there, and of course you received a prestigious award yourself, being the Athlete of the Year. What does that mean to you?
Yeah, it was really great to get the opportunity this year. I wasn't really expecting it, but I grew so much as a player and I was really thankful for the opportunities that I had. We have great coaches, great execs, and it's a great pathway to go through, and I'm very, very appreciative.
Did the award surprise you?
Yeah, it kind of did. I mean, I'm the youngest in the team and it was only my first year, so I wasn't expecting anything too much, just to kind of feel it out and learn some new things. But yeah, no, it was great to have some recognition because I do work really hard.
What did you learn from this year being your first year?
Yeah, so I came through Rep and Academy, so it's a very different kind of more intense program. So I was just kind of learning the ropes. It's kind of more training, higher intensity. It's a very, very good professional environment to learn from.
Pretty shortened season than you probably would have expected when you came into it. So my first question I want to ask, which I asked Maddie yesterday in the Opens team, was when you played your last game in the last week of June, did you ever thought that was going to be the last game of the season?
No, not at all. At that point, COVID wasn't really, on the radar. But yeah, so we were just playing as if it was another round and that we'd have to come back and play next week. So no, it wasn't really expected. Came out of the blue a little bit.
And how disappointing was it to end the season so early?
Yeah, it was disappointing because I felt like we were really building as a team because we were quite a new and young team, and it would have been good to get a good full season in, but it was always next year. So we'll, gather back up and try and make a new team for next year.
Now, let's talk a bit about the season, and especially you mentioned that it was a pretty young team. How did you fare up to the lockdown?
So probably the start of it was a bit of a rough start because none of us had really played before. I felt as the season went on, we started to, learn how to play with each other and get used to the environment. And we were building really well as a team and just improving each week. And we even got a win and a draw in there, which was amazing.
Tell us a bit about the win.
Yeah, so it was, I can't exactly remember what round it was, but it was against the team from Canberra. And it was a very close match the whole time. It went between like draw and up by 2, draw up by 2. And then we were lucky to pull away with the win. I think we won by 2 in the last quarter, which was great. We were all very excited.
So how did the team celebrate it?
Well, we made sure we took a photo of the scoreboard. So we had proof. We're all pretty excited. We're all cheering and all the parents were really happy. And I think we were pretty tired because most of us had to travel. So a good night's sleep and very happy at training the next week.
So you mentioned that the team took a photo of the scoreboard. Did you did you just get a team photo in front of that scoreboard?
There might be 1 or 2 team photos in there from that night, I'd imagine.
How do you think you would have gone in the second half of the season?
Like I said, we were building pretty good. We weren't really in finals contention, but we were just trying to build our unit as a team and try and, build our connections in our ends and just kind of do our best every week to improve personally as a team rather than looking at the finals or anything like that.
Tell us a bit about your captain and your coach.
Yeah, so Abby and Bella were our captains, and they were amazing captains. It was also always good to have a bit of experience and older girls, considering most of us were really young. So they really led the team well, spoke up when they needed to, and when things got tough, because we had some tough weeks where we had some big losses, they always kept us going and kept our heads up. And Megan and Jade and Janine, our coaching staff, they were amazing. I learned so much from them personally, but I know the team grew a lot thanks to their great coaching.
I'm assuming preparations or trials are already underway, I guess, for the 2022 season. I know this is going to sound a really silly question to ask, but am I assuming that you got into the team, or has that not been announced yet?
It hasn't been announced yet, so I can't say, but fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Can't disclose that just yet. But yes, trials have happened, and it was good to see everyone back out there.
Good is to finally be out of lockdown and finally back on the netball court.
Oh yes, I did miss my netty very much. So it's good to be able to train with your friends and get in a group environment, because I mean, that's why you play, you know, team sports. It's kind of boring training by yourself. So I'm very glad to get back out there.
Let's talk a bit about your netball journey. Where did it all start and why did you choose it?
Well, my mum played when she was younger. So I got enrolled in netball from Net Set Go when I was like 6 years old. And I've loved it ever since. Played all juniors and then played all through reps and played through academy. And then this year I was lucky enough to get selected into Premier League, which was amazing. And yeah, it's just, I've loved it ever since. Love team sports, love the environment. Yeah, I have a passion for it. So I enjoy it very much.
Position do you play on the court? And if you had a preferred position, we'd love to convince your coaches to put you, where would that be?
I love where I play. I don't think I could tackle any of the other positions. Centre, I'm always envious of centre. It looks like fun, except I'm not that fit. So that would be a bit of a challenge. But yeah, no, I do play wing attack and goal attack, and I'm pretty happy there.
Do you prefer one or the other? Do you rather like shoot goals, or do you prefer like being that mid-court?
I like both. It just depends what team I'm in. I really enjoyed my role as a wing attack this year, but it's always good to mix it up with a bit of goal attack as well.
Any spectacular goals that you've done in goal attack?
I couldn't think of many, no. All the long range ones, all the long range ones always look good, but you try and get as close to the post as you can.
Yeah, you mentioned you come from a rep team out there. You must give your rep team a bit of a shout out and your local netball club a bit of a shout out.
Yeah, so I play in the Newcastle region, but I actually play rep for Charlestown, and Charlestown's my rep association. Love Charlestown, but my club team's Nova, original club team's Nova. So they've had me ever since I was 7. So big shout out to them in Charlestown. They've helped me with my development a lot.
So another player from the Hunter. Now I've just realised. Obviously, I had Maddie Taylor as.
Yes, Maddie Charlestown too.
So, have you ever played against each other?
No. Maddie's a lot older than me. I'm still young whippersnapper. I'm way behind her, but she's actually coached me once or twice.
Oh.
Yeah, she's coached the age above me in reps and stuff like that. So I do see her around.
So I need to ask you, and she did mention this. She did mention she coached, but she didn't mention she coached you. She's out
here and there.
So how do you think her coaching is traveling? Do you think she's going to be a future coach? Obviously, we're hoping she continues playing, but yeah, once she finishes playing.
Definitely she could. She's helped me out personally with a couple one-on-ones, but when she's coached her teams always do great, and she's a fabulous coach. She always has a laugh, but she's very serious when she needs to be. So yes, if she wanted to pursue that, 100% she'd be amazing.
Let's talk a bit about your highlights. Any netball highlights for you?
Probably when I was younger, I played in a New South Wales school team, and I went to Adelaide, and we played in the Pacific School Games, and we won gold. So that's massive highlight for me. But even just playing this year and getting the opportunity, like being so young, it was just fabulous to get out in that environment. So this year's probably been a big year for me.
What does the sport of netball mean to you now, especially being there at Central Coast Heart?
Yeah, so as I said, I've always loved netball, but I'm a big team person. I love teamwork. I love the environment. I love exercise, just getting out there and having a go. I love the challenge. I love being challenged. I love having to push myself. And netball really allows you to do that, especially Central Coast THYR. They always push you to strive for your best.
And do you have any future ambitions in the sport of netball?
Yeah, I'd hope to keep pursuing it for as long as I feel like it, as long as I'm up to it. Yeah, obviously New South Wales teams are probably on my radar at the moment because they'll be coming up soon, their trials. So be working hard and training hard for those.
For which age group, if you don't mind me asking?
17s this year.
I guess, how's that going? How's the preparation for that those trials?
Yeah, no, it's good going back into it. Trying to get on the court as much as I can. Unfortunately, the weather's not being very helpful at the moment, but getting out there where I can, putting some goals up and going for a run when I can.
Do you have a favourite netballer that you look up to? Is there a role model that you look up to?
I love watching the Suncorp Super Netball, but if I had to pick one, it'd probably be Sarah Clow. I've loved her ever since I saw her. Love the Swifts. I love all their players, but Sarah's probably one of my favourites. Even though she's a defender and I'm an attacker. I love the way she plays.
Have you ever met her?
Once. I've met her once.
Did she give you any advice?
No, I think I got her signature though, so that's something.
What would be your advice to people, especially in the Hunter where you are? What would be your advice to people that should get involved in netball?
Yeah, well, netball's pretty accessible wherever you are at the moment in New South Wales. So even going down, there's always a netball court you can find within your area. Going down to your netball courts, there's always plenty of clubs that would be happy to have you play. And just signing up even on a Saturday if you want to play. And then there's always people, very knowledgeable people around if you wanted to pursue it any further. Just get involved. It's a great sport. It's lots of fun.
Finish off with a couple of lighthearted questions about your teammates. Even though it's been 5 months since you would have last seen them, who had the most embarrassing moment on the court this season and what was it?
It wasn't on the court, but Abby, she's going to kill me for saying this, our captain, because we play in Sydney and some of us live in Newcastle. It's a long travel. She somehow forgot her netball shoes. So she's driven all the way to Sydney and has forgotten her netball shoes. So they had to go to an impromptu visit to Rebel and she got new netball shoes. So, yeah, she's going to kill me for saying that, but I got it. It was a highlight. I know. Forget your netball shoes.
I was going to say, I would assume that would have been the most important thing, but before you take to netball court.
Yes, that was probably one of the funnier things that happened.
Who's the comedian, the best singer, and the best dancer on the team?
Oh, okay. So comedian has to be Millie, our shooter. Millie and Jill, they're always very funny. They're always picking on each other, making jokes. So yeah, they always make us laugh. And then probably the best dancer and singer is Sav. Sav loves her TikTok. So she's always making the team do TikToks and stuff like that.
Okay, well, pretty much just answered my next question about TikTok. So is Sav TikTok famous yet?
Oh, well, she should be with the TikToks we make. No, I don't know about that. I don't know if she wants to take that title. I don't know if she wants to take the TikTok title, but I'm sure she would. But I don't know if she would. You have to ask her.
Have you been involved in any of those TikTok ones? And do you have a favourite one?
Favourite one? I haven't personally been involved, but the ones I've seen are pretty good. They made a couple at camp which were pretty funny. But other than that, no, I haven't been involved, unfortunately.
Do you have a pre-game superstition or ritual?
I always have to put my left shoe on before my right. That's probably one of weird, but I've always done it. That's always how I've done it. Left shoe before your right shoe.
Do you have a pump-up song on the drive?
Not in particular, but any Eye of the Tiger. Mum loves playing that one in the car just for a laugh. She loves that song. So yeah, that's always on the playlist sometimes.
Now, we mentioned about embarrassing moments a moment ago, and obviously your games are live streamed. So is there, when you watch back, do you actually, laugh at things that you didn't pick up during the game?
Yeah, there's plenty of like takeouts or stacks or Falcons that you watch back and you just have a little chuckle because they're on replay, so you have access to them. Yeah, there's definitely been some face plants and some Falcons that we've watched back and had a little chuckle at.
So, so I have to ask, have you been involved in any of those?
Oh yeah, I've hit the deck plenty of times. Luckily, they haven't been too bad, but yeah, they are funny to watch back. Makes you look very uncoordinated, but they're good for a laugh.
Now, who copped the most Falcons in the team this season?
Oh, there have been plenty, but Millie and Gemma copped a couple of Falcons, but yeah, no, nothing too bad, luckily.
Your team win the first game against the ACT. Did you do a celebration TikTok dance?
No, we didn't, but that would have been perfect.
Oh.
We'll have to implement that next time. There was plenty of jumping around, but there was no celebratory TikTok. We'll have to do that next time. By God.
All right. Hopefully that happens this year for you. Aela, thank you so much for getting up your time to join us. It's awesome having you on the show. From all of us here at Smash FM, congratulations on winning the Athlete of the Year as well. It was well deserved, and especially being in your first year as well. So can't wait to see how it all goes for you in 2022, and especially for the Central Coast Hard. And let's hope you can get back into the finals race next year, and hopefully challenge the top teams in 2022.
Yes, thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
No problems. And of course, if you want to get involved in netball, especially in the Hunter and the Central Coast area, of course, I will put all the details up on how you can get involved in the sport of netball. Then, of course, if you want to support the Central Coast Heart as well in 2022, of course, we'll put those ones up as well. There's more on the Smash Sports Show right after this. Don't go away here on the 10th year celebration.